Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. It's Ellie, aka Ellie Talks Money, and you know here on my channel we are all about starting and scaling your business, helping you understand how to leverage funding in so many ways, and creating multiple income streams so you can live your best life. So in today's video, we are going to be talking about how to pay your kids and make them millionaires in the future. And listen, I am all about normalizing trust fund babies. We are going to make sure that these kids have money waiting for them when they are 18, 20, 30 years old. And let's get into this video to talk exactly about how.
Ellie talks money to create the better days. Business, money, life, the Ellie way.
All right, y'all, let's get into the video. So if you haven't already, make sure that you subscribe to my channel, like this video, of course, so I can continue giving y'all amazing value. So you might be thinking, how would I pay my kids? Why would I want to pay my kids? And I want to tell you that as a business owner, and again, this goes back to being an official LLC and having an actual company, you are able to hire your children as a part of your business. And the great thing is it's a complete tax write-off to you, whatever you pay them. And as well, that income is tax-free for them because they are under 18 years old, all right? Now, you might be wondering, well, wow, if I don't have kids, could I do this for my sister's kids or my brother's kids or such and such and such? And yes, there are ways to make that happen, but I definitely want to recommend that you contact a tax professional or an accountant because there's a little bit of a different way to do it when it's not your own children. In this video specifically, we're going to talk about it being your own children. So you all know that I'm a mother of 4. My oldest is 7, and then my daughter's 5, and the twins just turned 3 years old. So I have hired all of them into my business for different roles. So let's get into step 1. The first thing you need to do in order to hire your children into your business is have a business, okay? You need to have an LLC, you need to have a business bank account, and you need to have some sort of task that they can fulfill or help you do. So an example could be if you have a vending machine business, your son or your daughter could be in charge of stocking the machines. They could be a stocking specialist. Your daughter or son could also be your social media manager, meaning that when you go to fill machines, you teach them how to take videos and take pictures of what you're doing. The key thing is here, you cannot be a sole proprietor or just a side hustler making money and want to pay your children officially. You have to do it as a business entity. Your business would actually be paying them directly through direct deposits, such as with QuickBooks or ADP, or you can do a bank transfer with Zelle, or just a general transfer from your business account over to their personal account if you guys are with the same business. And yes, you would open a custodial bank account for them to make this happen. So in order for all of this to take place, again, you have to be an official business with some kind of role that they can fulfill. Now, the next step is you really want to document what that job would be, as well as how many hours they might work for you per week. Now, let's make this realistic, okay? So if we have a 10-year-old or a 9-year-old, we're not gonna pay them $500 an hour, right? We don't want the IRS climbing up our backs trying to figure out why we're paying our kids more than most people make in America in general. So you do want to be mindful of a normal salary, maybe minimum wage, whatever that is in your city or state. And you want to keep in mind how many hours are reasonable for them to work given the age that they are. So for example, I pay my son typically around $500 to $600 a month, and the total amount you can pay a child is $12,950 for the year, and that is a complete tax write-off. So you can decide to pay them that full amount depending on how many hours they're working or what they're doing in your business, or a certain amount under that just based on what seems the most realistic for you and your business. But the key thing is making sure that you document what their job title is. So for example, customer service assistant or office assistant, you would want to make sure that you have that written up somewhere and you keep it in your documents, that you have what their start date is, that you have an outline showing how many hours or what days a week they actually work for you in the business. And then as well, you want to have a spreadsheet in Excel or in Google Drive that shows how many hours they checked in for that week or that day. And the reason you have this documentation is, number one, for your own bookkeeping and your own expense tracking, but as well, if ever the IRS had some questions, you would be able to show that this is what my child does in my business. Here are the average hours they have worked on a weekly basis. Here are pictures of them doing the work, whatever the case might be, as it is relevant. Now, another tip I want to give you guys before we move on to tip 3 is that let's say you have a business selling clothes or selling physical products, and your children are advertising in that business, and you take pictures of them. You could start that as young as age 1 or 2, depending on what that business is, right? So I never want to tell you all that there's only one specific age you can start at. Generally, it's recommended to start paying your kids around age 7, but depending on what your business is and your business model, you may be able to hire your kids into your business a whole lot younger, just depending on what your business actually does. So again, this is where it might be good to just consult a tax professional on your specific situation, but I do want you guys to know that legally you can start at any age, okay? So now let's get into tip 3 on how you can actually start paying your kids and making them millionaires. So once you start paying them, that money is going into their bank account. Here is where the difference is made. Here is where we create these trust fund babies, and that is you would start investing for them into a custodial Roth IRA, all right? So what that means is you would be able to invest up to $6,000 per year, and the key about a custodial Roth IRA is in order to qualify for those, it has to be money that is deposited through earned income. So because that child is working for you, technically that's earned income. So they're able to start depositing into this custodial Roth IRA as young as 2 years old, 5 years old, 10 years old, depending on when you hire them into the business. And that money is going to continue growing tax free, y'all. So with the average return of 8%, 10%, 11%, just depending on what stocks or funds you choose, by the time they're 30 years old, if you start at age 7 or 8, you can absolutely have 7 figures in that account for your child by the time they're an adult. And that is a game changer. I definitely didn't have 7 figures when I turned 25, 26, 27. I had to go and make my own 7 figures. But here's how you can give your kids a head start, and that doesn't have to cost a lot. $6,000 per year is roughly $500 per month. And if that's something you choose to pay them from your business, great. If they happen to get a job from someone else, that's also a way that you can start doing this, regardless of if you have a business to hire them into or not. So just to make sure we recap, right? In order for you to start paying your kids and hiring them into your business, number 1, you need to have an actual business. Number 2, you need to make sure that you document what they actually do in your business, the hours they work, and as well, you have to make sure they have an account in their name and you have a business account in your name. And the third thing is, the way you're going to really build wealth for them is to invest up to $6,000 per year of that earned income into a custodial Roth IRA for them. By the time they turn 18 or 19, that money will be available to them. But I recommend you tell them to just let it keep growing, because when they turn 30, 35, 40, it will certainly have accumulated to high 6 figures and 7 figures in that account. And this is how we literally create wealth. This is literally how we build generational wealth, because by you paying your kids in this way, now that habit is going to become ingrained in them. And guess what? They're probably going to do the same thing for their kids and beyond. So you can really be one of the first people in your family to create this new habit just by you watching this YouTube video today and implementing these steps. So in my 7-figure starter pack, I really walk you through the exact steps of this, and I give you templates to create a job description for your kids, as well as a spreadsheet to be able to track your hours, That is linked down below in the bio. And of course, I applied a special promo for my YouTube family for you guys today. So I want you to click down below and grab that. And now that you guys have made it to the end of the video, comment and let me know what questions you have on this. Is this something you wish your parents would have done for you? Is this something you definitely want to do for your kids? I can't wait to hear what questions you have so I can come back with another great video. Until then, thank y'all so much. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. I will see you soon, and let's get this money always.